welcome to week 2 food prep. So first things first, going to start something right away so that it's going in the oven so that we don't have to worry about it for very long. Sweet potatoes. So it says to go ahead and cook 3 sweet potatoes. I've got 2 that I picked up at the store. I still have half of one in the refrigerator, so I haven't finished that other half yet, so I'm just gonna do 2 for this week. So I've got 2 sweet potatoes. Those need to go into the oven. Behind me you can hear probably the electric kettle is going. So I'm going to get that hot and there's 6 medjool dates that you need this time. So I've got those in a container. Just gonna pour some hot water on those so that they have a chance to soften, although they're already very soft. So that probably isn't even necessary, to be honest with you, but I'll just follow directions like I'm supposed to. On that first page of the 3 pages of food prep, there's bake some potatoes, make some more quinoa, make sure you have plenty of frozen bananas in your freezer, and ketchup. So I still have like more than half a container of ketchup left from last week, and it smells just fine, and there's nothing growing in it, and I don't think it's going to be an issue. I'm just going to leave it. So by the end of the week, maybe I will make more ketchup, but as of right now, I don't see any reason why I would make more ketchup. It looks fine, it smells fine, I don't think it's bad. I'm just going to put it back in the fridge and call it good. And then in terms of making more quinoa, so that would mean I would need to make more millet, but guys, seriously, I didn't do a very good job eating the millet that we had, but I did eat it like I was supposed to, I think. Anyways, so I've got this whole entire, more than half of a pot full of millet left. So what I'm going to do is take that out and put it into 4 separate bags, either 3 or 4 separate bags, and stick it in my freezer. It's already cooked and ready to go. I would just need to thaw it that way, and then I could just get it out of the refrigerator, out of the pot. And I'm obviously haven't done a real good job eating that either, but I've been eating the food that we were supposed to. I promise I have, for the most part. Yeah, so that's the first page. The second page is going to be 2 different types of dressing. There's an avocado cilantro dressing and a curry mango dressing. So the avocado cilantro dressing I'm just not going to make, because if I'm going to do something with avocado, I'm either going to just grind up an avocado with some water and just use avocado, or I'll just chop up half of an avocado and put it in my salad. I hate cilantro. Honestly, it tastes horrible to me. So I never buy it, and so I don't have any. I wouldn't have bought it. Although if my husband wants it, whatever, I'll buy it and he can have it. That's totally fine. But anyway, so I'm not going to make that dressing at all. So for the meals that say to use an avocado dressing, I'm just going to either blend up an avocado or just chop up an avocado. The other dressing is a curry mango dressing. I will make that one. That one's what I need the dates for. And then the next page has pre-made salsa. Again, I don't make salsa. My husband makes salsa, so I don't really need to do that one. And hers is just real basic. You know, if you're gonna make some salsa, you don't have to get real fancy with it. You know, just some tomatoes and cilantro if you like it, and some onions. What else is in pre-made salsa of hers? Let's see. No, that was it, with some lime. So, I mean, you don't have to get real exotic in order to get a real nice, even pico would be fine. If you want to make pico de gallo, that's very similar to this type of a salsa as well. So no biggie. So curry mango dressing, and then I'm going to make some refried beans with a can of pinto beans. So I need to drain these really well, rinse them really well, I should say. Draining them's pretty easy. And yeah, so the one thing that's not on her pre-do list that I am going to do this time is I'm going to take my chia seeds and I'm going to pre-grind some and put them in the freezer. So it's so much easier and more convenient if they're already ground up when I want to use them than if I have to grind them each time. So I've got my little coffee grinder out, and I'll just buzz up a few, I don't know, small container worth and put it in the freezer so that I can just sprinkle it on when I want to. And that I was going to have 2 tablespoons once a day. That's not been happening at all, but I've been pretty good about getting 1 tablespoon in once a day. So I'm going to continue with that and see. I think that's healthy. That's what I want to do. So that's what I'm going to continue to do. So I'm going to go get these potatoes in the oven, and then I'm going to put the ketchup back in the refrigerator. And I think we'll make the refried beans first because it's looks ridiculously easy. I'm all about easy. That sounds great. Yeah, so I'm going to do that, and I will be back with you guys. I will be back with you guys to make the refried beans in just a minute after I get my countertop cleaned up. All right, guys, so let's make some refried beans. So I have my can of pinto beans. I drained them in a little strainer. I just washed the pot that the millet was in and put it in the bags. So there's the pot again. And so I'm just going to take these and dump them into here. So it also says to put 1 to 2 tablespoons of water in the bottom of your container. Ooh, laundry's done. And so you do that and you mash it. You're gonna mash it with the water in it. So I did already put a little bit of water in my pot. Then the next thing is it calls for 1 teaspoon of garlic powder. So I use garlic, granulated garlic. I don't have garlic powder, but I don't see how that, I can't imagine that the cause would be any different. Whatever. And then it calls for 1/2 of a teaspoon. Oh, sorry. 1 teaspoon of garlic. That was only half a teaspoon. Let me correct that real quick. Okay, 1 teaspoon. 1/2 teaspoon of cumin. Cumin. And again, I'm not a huge fan of cumin, so I won't add a full 1/2 teaspoon. Put a little bit less than that in there. Not much less, just a little bit less. And again, we buy our chili powder. It's a combination spice at Trader Joe's in bulk. Trader Joe's? No, Sprouts. Sprouts. Not Trader Joe's. I think I told you Trader Joe's last time. Sprouts. My bad. So you need a teaspoon of this. So there is a teaspoon. And so pre-chop. That is what it looks like. Well, I'm not chopping anything, am I? Pre-mush. That's what it looks like. You could totally do this in your food processor too, guys. It would be very easy and very fast. And if I don't get a good consistency out of this, I might just do that. It sure does smell good. I think that's pretty good. It's got some bigger chunks of beans and some smaller chunks of beans in there. Looks pretty good to me. Okay, so you put that in a container, and that is step 1 done. So I've got sweet potatoes cooking. I have millet from the week before still ready to go. Just put in some baggies. I'm going to toss these. I have 4 of these. I'm going to toss that in the freezer. I've already got ketchup left over from last time. I am now done with the beans. I'm going to put that in a container. And next thing we're going to make is some curry mango dressing. Let's do that. Guys, I'm sorry, I forgot. In those refried beans, you're supposed to put onion, so chopped up 1/4 of a red onion. And I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to throw in some chopped onion and just sprinkle that in there and mix it in. Sorry, I forgot that part. So go back and chop up 1/4 of an onion and put it in your refried beans. Alrighty guys, let's make some curry mango dressing. And this might be interesting because I don't have the exact right ingredients for this. So, I have like 80 to 100 spices in my closet, for real. I'm not joking. I have a ton of spices, and apparently I am out of curry powder. Who knew? So anyway, you could substitute. You could do one of 2 things. I have a little jar of Thai curry paste in the refrigerator. It has a very small amount of sodium in it. Well, not a small amount. For a tablespoon, it has like 300 and something milligrams of sodium in it. So I have that. I could use that. Or I have garam masala, which I know you can do the reverse. If you have a recipe and you need garam masala and you don't have any, you could use curry powder and it's okay. They're not identical. And for any of you out there that are like super up on Indian spices, I'm sorry if this is offensive to you at all, but I'm going to use the garam masala. I'm just not going to use as much of it. So my mom and I split some spices that we don't use very much. So this one is a jar from her. That's what the garam masala looks like. That's not the right label for it, but that's what it looks like. So anyways, we'll see. So 6 medjool dates that have been sitting in hot water, 4 tablespoons of what should be tahini or almond butter. I forgot to get more tahini at the store. I don't know what I was thinking. And we don't ever have almond butter, so there's my peanut butter. And that has a little bit of salt in it too, which is part of the reason that I decided not to use the curry paste that's in the refrigerator. I would actually use the curry paste before the garam masala, but it has sodium in it and this has sodium in it, so I don't want to do anything more sodium at all. This is a very small amount, so for that whole amount of peanut butter is only 80 milligrams of sodium, so it's not like there's much, but there's still some. We buy an organic peanut butter at Costco. So dates and peanut butter, which should be tahini or almond butter, keep that in mind. We want a half a cup of frozen mango, so that's going to go in there. We'd like to put in 1 teaspoon of curry powder, so you do that, okay? You use curry powder. I'm going to use a half a teaspoon of garam masala. It smells lovely. It smells very much like curry to me. I mean, really and truly it smells like curry to me, but I don't know. And then you need to put in 3/4 cup of water, which I already have measured out. Water. Okay, so there we go with that. I'm going to go blend this, and I'm actually going to taste this. I know before I didn't taste stuff when I made it the first week, which was fine. It worked out well anyway, but I want to taste this to make sure that it's going to be usable when the time comes. Not that I totally messed it up with the whole peanut butter and garam masala when you should use tahini and curry powder. So I'm gonna blend that and I'm gonna come back and talk to you guys about what it tastes like, and we shall see. So this is really pretty looking. It's nice little dressing there. Got some on the blade that I thought I would try. Okay. Wish me luck. Well, that's pretty good. So I can taste a little bit of the peanut buttery flavor to it, just a little bit. It's obviously sweet from the dates, and then that's totally fine. The garam masala adds just a little bit of a kick to it, which I'm really sensitive to spices, and not spices, but spicy. So somebody else might not notice it. Like my husband might try that and think I don't get any spicy out of it at all. I can definitely taste the garam masala. I can definitely taste just a touch of heat to it. Yeah, that's good. I think that would be good on a sweet potato, actually. Yeah, that's pretty good. I like that a lot, actually. Oh, how exciting. I was really worried. I thought that might be actually really disgusting, because, yeah. So even if you don't have the exact right ingredients, it's a good recipe. Yay! Okay, so what do we got? We have make some quinoa, which I just had leftover millet, so I'm using that. Make some baked potatoes. They're still baking in the oven. They actually have got a long time yet to go because this hasn't taken me that long. Need to make some pre-made salsa. If you have some bananas, you should put them in the freezer. I actually don't do that. I just use an unfrozen banana. I know it makes it nice and creamy if you put a frozen banana in your stuff, but I don't care. But do that if you want. You should try it at least. If you've never tried it, definitely try it. Frozen bananas are a nice consistency and things. Let's see. The avocado cilantro dressing, like I said, I'm just going to use straight up avocado one way or the other. The refried beans we have made, I already have the ketchup taken care of. I made myself some chia seeds ground. I think that's it. So this last week, I probably, if I had thought about it and know what was going on ahead of time, I would have made some brown rice ahead of time, because she definitely uses some brown rice, and I would have made the hash browns ahead of time. So there's not hash browns in my next 7-day future, so I'm not worried about that. And there is a couple of different rice meals coming up. However, we always have white rice made, and I know I should eat the brown rice, but my husband prefers to use the white rice with the kids because that's what they prefer. So I'll probably just end up using white rice. No big deal. Anyway, I'm gonna clean out my counter and take a picture of all this good stuff so I can have a thumbnail for you guys. It's not super exciting looking, but that's okay. So yeah, this is it for me for food prep week number 2. So I'm really looking forward to some food for this week, because I think that this should taste pretty good. So we'll see what Hannah has in store for us for this next week. Bye guys.